September. I hate to keep bragging on this thing, but it sure is handy to crawl under a drill and air up tires without a gauge. Make sure they're right. Got my help. Got your tools. Are you ready to help? Yep, you're a good help, aren't you? Got his boots on and his jeans. Papa gets tired of that old shorts and goofy shoes attire. But we're getting notification that our FedEx will be here today. We're holding our breath on that.
I like you, Carter. You forgot Carter.
Your name's Carter?
Mm-hmm.
I know. You Cart?
Mm-hmm.
You want to let everybody know his name's Carter. Alright, we're just airing up tires, like I said. Kind of doing some odds and ends before we go pick. These are highway service tires. And I spent big money on them. And they just haven't really held up either. I know we're pulling them through corn stalks, but I think those are only 2 years old. But the new ones I got coming are for the two out there and the two on the other side. Alright, we'll bring you back. Quickest FedEx gets here. I may never see you guys again. Me and my helper. We're getting something done this morning. I just got sand in the face. Don't do that, boy. Anyway, we got this one hooked up, got scraper unhooked. I went over my drill, changed some depth adjusters that were broke, aired up the mainframe tires as you saw, waiting on FedEx, imagine that, to change those 4. And I really want to get the auto steers moved to these 2. I'd like to run them this fall. Nothing else, just to put some hours on them. Worse on them to sit. Alright, we're going to go pick some corn here shortly. Guys, this is going to be one of them harvests that you don't know where the exact end is at. Because I'm going to go over here and pick, which Bob's supposed to be behind me. I'm going to go over here and pick 35-ish acres. And then we're going to have the bottom we can't get to and a 2-acre patch we can't get to. And I got an 80 south, 6 miles. It's got just enough on it that the guy ought to go pick it. Like maybe 30 bushel or something silly. Then we got the plot up at Clearwater that hasn't been picked yet. So there's 5-6 acres up there. I don't know. I guess there'll be a done eventually, but it's not going to be that crystal clear finish line, which I always enjoy, that crystal clear finish line. Kind of one of them guys that hates loose ends, so I'm gonna have plenty of loose ends, looks like. Alright, let's go see. At least we can get this 35, 40, whatever's there, and get it knocked out today. I think it's close to 1 o'clock Monday. I already told you guys the date, but like I said, it's just right around 1 o'clock, I guess. Township's out mowing ditches. Ditches look real nice. Roads are a little rough, but the ditches are going to look good. Doesn't mean they have somebody available that can run the maintainer, I guess. Not complaining. I do like when the ditches get mowed. Alright, we'll bring you back. Well, I misspoke. The maintainer is out. And whoever's running our mower, about as good of a job as I've ever seen him do. He's actually running slow enough to do some good. Anyway, it looks like the grader's been down this road this morning. That'll help this bridge crossing that you can't hardly cross. But it's just like the farming. With 48 inches of rain, they've got their hands full. I'm glad it's not our hands anymore. This is the worst spot in the field on this patch. The worst spot being there's nothing here. You can see the water run right down through here and out that way. This patch is usually well above the farm average. And I'm not saying this grows, I mean, there's some alkali right there, as you see. This little piece right here struggles, but even in the quote good corn back here, there just ain't much. So this farm will struggle as normal. A little bit of corn right over there, but I'm not going back there to get it. There's water standing between me and it. Guys, this is one time I'd like to lie to you. I ain't gonna lie about that. Oh, she wasn't good. Was not good. Thank God we had some amazing corn because it wasn't displaced. Yeah, I just slid grain over. My bin is not full. One-handed sucks. I'm struggling. So I will have picked about 270 off this 6 acres, and Bob's gonna be probably less than that. Like I said, this little 6 acres over here usually pretty fair. Perfect sign of there is such thing as too much water. And where we quit last night is right across that draw. Bob said he started out to run rear wheel assist. There's probably, I don't know if there's 5 or 6 acres over there yet. And then right behind these trees, there's a little 2-acre patch. You have to come through that gap right there. Well, if you go back and look at a video sometime back, you'll see us pulling out a dry fertilizer rig. That's the crossing he was stuck in. Well, there went that 6 acres. Well, I don't think we got but about 320 bushel off that 6 acres. Not more than 360. We're gonna go to this one right there. There's about a 25-acre patch there. It's also usually solid, but this farm just not gonna do it. I mean, pretty well knew that. It's not one that I've told you guys all year. It's just a tough farm. So we farmed it. At best, we farmed it for nothing this year, and probably lost money. And some of these guys say, well, we lost money. You don't know how they figure that. Are they figuring depreciation? Are they figuring hours? You know, we're too stupid to figure any of that. The guy said the other day, there will be guys that can produce corn or grain cheaper than the next guy. Well, with the equipment we run, I can't imagine anybody producing grain cheaper than we can produce it. It took me a little bit to figure that out. I'm thinking, well, we don't have variable rate fertilizer, and we don't have, you know, this fancy thing and that fancy thing. Well, I guess it really doesn't matter. If you can produce it cheaper, meaning overhead in general, you'll be the one producing it, right? Off to the next joy of fun. We got the headlands picked off this little patch. It is a little better. Not great. We got a truck that I don't know. Well, we can't get turned around or what. No idea what he's doing. He may be hung up right there. I'll get him turned around here. Bob's got a dump before we can get him out of here. You need to pull up whenever, Cheney, I can move with you. Don't want her to sit there and I can't unload fast as she can. Today that Tom retired from farming. Congratulations, Tom. He watches the channel. He's a busy man. He's gonna have to find something to do or he'll be like the rest of us and go batshit crazy. I can see grain. And theoretically, a third of this should go in that front hopper, Cheney. Or she will have him heavy as heck. Pulling up. Alright. I'm gonna get after it. Dang it, my auger ain't folding back. Must have a corn stalk in it. I may have mentioned this already, but I like to end on a good note. Leaving this farm to last, that's not gonna happen. Still coming in on this side, I imagine. Yep, is what it is. This is generally, hands down, water there. Our worst farm. 2 years ago, this farm went 68 bushel on the corn, so we're definitely going to beat that. And everything I've seen is about 10% higher this year than it was 2 years ago. And the reason I compare 2 years ago is because our rotation, the fields that are in corn this year were corn 2 years ago. We only had one field. We had a new field or two, so couldn't really judge on it. But of the fields I had that were corn 2 years ago, about 10% better. A couple didn't, a couple did just a hair more, but overall. And one field that we had that was really, really good 2 years ago, it was still dang good. I mean, like, real good. But it wasn't as good as it was 2 years ago. It missed 2 years ago by about, had to count with my toes and fingers, about 7 or 8 bushel. So yeah, it was still good. I don't know where Bobby come up behind me. Oh, he's on the far side. Alright, we'll get back in here. Alright, first semi-load's out of here. Just got rolling again after Bob was pretty well full. I went ahead and dumped. I was up the window, probably 100 bushel or so. So that truck's going to be a little on the heavy side. Bob said he dumped just a hair short on the first dump. So anyway, I hope we have another semi out here. I think we do, but I don't know. Point rows on that end, so it cuts down pretty quickly. I brought you guys back in a terrace here. And this is just opinionated stuff. Take it or leave it. Fast forward. Don't watch it. Do watch it. I watch a lot of these channels, and a lot of them is I, this, me. And then the next thing, and this is a big YouTuber, and the next thing you hear is, we're gonna, and I'm just throwing this out, we're gonna pick corn today, we're gonna get this 40, this is what I wanna do, I wanna get this 45 done, and I wanna get that. Then he gets back on there, change of plans, Dad said we're cutting beans. Ran that one over, ditches I pulled out. Quick as Bob dumps, that's half semi-load. I was hoping to have 2 semi-loads off of this that we had left. We should make that. That wasn't going to be great. That was just going to be 2 semi-loads off of that. As I said before, we've got 5-ish acres down there in the bottom and then 2 acres. So we will have the majority of it done as quick as we finish this batch. No corn to waste out here, mister. Yeah. Dang it. Terraces. Good thing my camera works, guys. My land. Pheasant's got enough out here to eat without that. Guess I'll take it a little easier over this next terrace. Second semi is here. It's loaded, that is. The second semi is not loaded. The second load for the next semi is here. My Atlanta. So as quick as he gets back, he'll turn and burn. I don't know if Bob will get it all on. There's just a few more passes back there, short ones. And I was hoping for 2 semis out of this today. And we're gonna have 2 big semi-loads. So does that mean it was good? Nope. It means I hit my goal. Your goal can be not much. And hit it. It's nice looking corn, except what's on the ground. Alright, we'll get up there and have a look. See, I shut my machine off right away, but yeah, didn't work. Nice, Greg. That terrace about did me under. If I only had a camera. Good looking corn. Real nice looking corn. I'm not sure he's gonna get her done. I don't see a truck. Could dump a little more on the cart if we get in a bind. Hold my auger back full that we don't like to do. Well, guys, I put a little more on the cart, folded my auger back. I don't know why it keeps doing that. Sorry. Folded my auger back full. I thought, well, there's only an acre or so down there. Well, I still didn't get it. So I guess we'll put this on the truck and then we'll go back after that 3 passes. They're tiny little short passes, but like Bob said, best corn on the place. Oh well. Combine's in the shed. I'm gonna head over. I just had Cheney take my grain cart over to Justin's. We used his early in the season when he wasn't picking. And now we're pretty well done. So I'll take mine over to him. I had Cheney going over there. So I'll just go pick her up. Went over to drop my cart off and they were just finishing that field. So we're gonna help them move quick. Bob took their cart, Cheney took our cart. Justin and Ken took their combines. They dropped one truck off over there. So we'll get them lined out here and get them picking again. Well, I'll be damned. Later, guys.